My name is Noah Lamson. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. I'm a digital media production student here at UCM. Honestly, the reason why I'm here is because I want to be a radio broadcaster. It's been a dream since I was a little kid, listening to 610, listening to guys like Bob Fesco growing up. And, I've always wanted to be like them and try to make it happen. And I try to make my dream come true as fast as I possibly can. The Stovetop Podcast, it's really just me and a bunch of buddies just talking about the latest sports news every single day. Or not every single day, every single week rather. And we just have fun with it. We do our pick'ems. We pick NFL games every single week. Like we'll do 5 of them. We'll do all the primetime games. We'll do the Chiefs game and maybe just another game that's maybe interesting. And we'll discuss it. We'll discuss the latest news and like about the NFL, the NBA, MLB, whatever it is. We got the postseason coming up. The NFL season just started. The Chiefs, are doing their thing, and we'll just discuss it every single week. It was on Wednesdays. We changed it to Thursdays just because we wanted to. I don't really know why we did, but we wanted to. So we changed it to Thursdays. We upload every Friday, and we'll just give you the latest news on the NFL, MLB, like I said, all the other sports. I started out with my original podcast was in my senior year of high school, and it was just me and a bunch of buddies just wanted to talk about kind of the similar concept, but it wasn't very good. I don't recommend checking it out because it was terrible. But then once I got here, I realized, like, my first semester, I started out as a criminal justice major, and I hated my life. Like, I didn't like it. Like, it wasn't fun. I wasn't enjoying it. I wasn't enjoying college like I should. So then I changed to digital media production, and I thought maybe I should try the podcast again. And then it kind of turned into this passion project. Like, I love doing it. People seem to love, checking it out, listening to it. Like, my mom loves it. That's awesome. I mean, I would hope she would love it, but no, like every single viewer that I've heard, like, we love it. We think you should do this, like, as a career. And I've been told that since I was probably about my junior year of high school when I started looking into football and, like, diving real deep into these sports topics. I really enjoyed doing it, and that's basically whenever I started realizing, like, maybe I can do this as a career. Like, I love doing it. I'm good at it, and criminal justice was not the route I should have gone, and I made that mistake, but I learned from it. And so I went to digital media production, went to radio broadcasting. I started doing my show, and literally in my room. Like, I just had a Blue Yeti. I bought a microphone. It was like a $150 microphone, and I literally just talked for 40 minutes straight. Like, seriously. Like, I would just talk to myself with no guests, no nothing, no ads, nothing. Just 40 minutes of me talking about the latest in the NFL, and I would just talk. And then I finally, I applied my show to UCM Radio The Beat. They loved it. They said they wanted to get me in the studio. So I realized I have an opportunity to get a bunch of people on here and be on Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, and every week I've done it. I just love doing it. And so that's kind of where the roots were. Started out in high school. People told me I should do it. And I thought, maybe not. But then I tried doing the maybe not part of it, which is criminal justice. And then I switched over to digital media production. I haven't looked back since. So it was originally called Here's the Thing. And Alec Baldwin, I'm not even joking, decided that he has a radio show that's titled the same thing, which I was not aware of. And I got an email over the summer saying, hey, we want you to take down all of your episodes because you're using the same name that we are. And I thought that was outrageous. So I ended up changing the name. I just came up with the Stovetop because Ben Thomas, who's a regular guest on the show, he always has this thing like we're ready to cook. Like, we're ready to cook some takes and stuff, about sports takes. And so I thought the Stovetop, what's cooking? Like, what's cooking today? We have this new term we're trying out. It's like if you ever have like a hot take on anything, it's like you say, what's cooking? And then you say your take. So, like, for example, if I say, what's cooking? Patrick Mahomes is going to win the MVP this year, which, that's a hot take. Some people think yes, some people think no, and we'll just have a huge discussion about it. And so we thought it kind of worked out. The Stovetop, I had some other ideas, but nothing was really cool as the Stovetop. And I had a buddy who does graphic design for fun, and he already came up with a logo, which is the logo that we use now. And I thought, I felt like that, like, 2 and 2 together, they kind of came together, and it just kind of worked out. So I just decided on the Stovetop. Go above and beyond, I would probably say, yeah. I wouldn't say so far. I mean, obviously Dr. Joe Moore, he always wants me to do better. We have discussions about not even just about my show, but about sports in general. And he has some interesting thoughts and about how my show should go, maybe the latest sports news. And I kind of take that as an example. But I would honestly say the best influence I probably ever had was at my high school, my senior year. Keegan Gardner, he's my homie. He's a really good teacher of mine. I had law enforcement with him my senior year. And he just told me, you have to, keep going. You can't let someone just like take away your fun. You know, like I had fun doing it, but then like I wasn't getting a lot of viewership at the time when I was doing it, and so I just kind of thought about I shouldn't do it. But he honestly just taught me like you just need to keep doing it. And another person that really inspired me to do this is a really good friend of mine back home, Christopher Elosh. He taught me this terminology that really like changed my life. And it's like we're all familiar with the term, you know, glass half full, glass half empty. That term is baloney. Like you shouldn't use it. Your glass is always full. It always just depends on what you fill it with. So like I try to fill it with like passion, happiness, and just like fill it with stuff I love to do, which is like the podcast, talking sports with anybody and everybody. Like literally, I'll just be walking down the hall, I'll see like some random dude. I was wearing my Browns shirt because I'm a Chiefs and a Browns fan, and some random dude just like walked up to me and just started heckling me about being a Browns fan. And we literally just sat there for 20 minutes and just talked about sports. And you know, I think that, you know, that genuine connection of just having fun with other people, even if I don't know them, like they'll think about like that random kid and just like talk to me about sports for 20 minutes. And I love to do it. Like literally, I will walk up. You give me any person in the union, I will literally walk up to them. If they have a sports shirt on, I will talk sports with them and I'll make it awesome. Like not to sound cocky or anything, but I just love to do it. You know, so I try to fill my glass with, you know, happiness and give other people that glass as well, because, you know, a lot of people don't have that. You know, I didn't have it for the longest time either. Like I lived my life glass half full, glass half empty. Then I realized it's always full. I want to give that full glass to other people through my podcast, through, you know, who I am as a person, and just try to be that light to other people and just say, hey, whatever it is you're passionate about, whether you want to be a teacher, a broadcaster like myself, or whatever, police officer, whatever, do that, because at the end of the day, you're going to be the one that's making the decisions of what I love to do, or I'm going to be miserable.
Reporting from Lowdown, this is Hunter Hallbaker.